on Monday, January 2nd. Good to have you. Just checking in with. Apologize for not being around too much for Christmas and New Year's. And even now we got storms and rain here. This weather is crazy. We had below freezing temperatures on Christmas week. And then the weather turned to summer. So it's crazy. But good to see you here. How are you? How is your life? I want to hear about it in the comment section below. And I want to ask you a question. Have you heard the song, "He Ain't Heavy, He's My Brother"? I bet you have. It's an older song, came out and popularized in the 70s and 80s. He ain't heavy, he's my brother, recorded many times by different musicians. There's actually a story or two behind that song. I think it's interesting, and I think it'll say something to you about 2023. In the 1800s, there was a book written called Parables of Jesus. And in that book, in the story, a girl is carrying a big baby boy on her back, and someone observes her and thinks that she's struggling and says, "Why don't you put him down? Don't carry him around." And she says, "Nah, he ain't heavy. He's my brother." And it's very possible that that book, The Parables of Jesus, was inspired by something else. Apparently, after the atomic bombings in Hiroshima and Nagasaki, a photographer named O'Donnell was sent to the war zone to capture in photography the aftermath and effects of the bombings in those two cities. And one image that O'Donnell captured was of a boy carrying another boy on his back in a backpack. And the boy on the back was deceased. The boy carrying him was his brother, his older brother, and he was in line for the crematory. He was literally in line to bury his younger brother, who was on his backpack. And the story goes that somebody said, "Why don't you lay him down? I bet he's heavy." And he said, "He ain't heavy, he's my brother." Although that part is not for sure. But the photographer is for sure O'Donnell. He captured the image of this boy in line for the crematory, waiting to bury his brother who was on his back knapsack. Another similar story takes place, I believe, around 1918 at Father Flanagan's Home for Boys. And apparently there was a boy named Howard who had polio so bad that he couldn't walk around too much. He had big braces on his legs, like in the beginning of Forrest Gump. His mother had abandoned him to Father Flanagan's Home for Boys. And because he couldn't walk up and down the stairs, the older boys in the home took turns carrying Howard up and down the stairs. And Father Flanagan had asked one of the boys, "Is he heavy? Is that hard carrying him?" And the older boy said, "No, he ain't heavy. He's my brother." So the point of all three stories is to say that in 2023, the Lord is carrying you. You're not alone. Perhaps you look forward to 2023 with all kinds of enthusiasm and gusto because you have things lined up and you are looking forward to them. Or perhaps some of the drama and problems and difficulties in last year are carrying into your new year. If you're looking at 2023 and January and you're discouraged, you're sad, you're not very optimistic, do not worry. You're not heavy. Jesus is carrying you. You're not alone. Those footprints in the sand, they're for real. Jesus is carrying you in your darkest times, in your most difficult hour. He's carrying you. You're not alone. He's going to help you along the way. In the Old Testament, when King Jehoshaphat and the entire nation of Judah was facing 3 armies coming at them at the same time, they prayed in distress. They felt overwhelmed. And someone in the crowd piped up. He spoke up and said, "Do not worry about these 3 armies. The battle belongs to the Lord. Stand your ground. The Lord will fight for you." And that's what God spoke also to Moses and the Israelites when they stood before the sea on the one side and the Egyptian army and chariots on the other side. Stand your ground. The Lord will fight for you. You need only be calm. And that is God's word for you right now. That's the word of the Lord for you for 2023. The Lord will fight for you. Exodus 14:14. The battle belongs to the Lord. Stand your ground. Move forward. God's got this. You ain't heavy. You're his brother. Jesus is carrying you in the new year. So go into your January, your 2023 with faith and confidence. If God is for you, who can be against you? He is carrying you in your most difficult times. He has got you in your darkest hours. Thank you for watching. If you like this, give a like and subscribe. I'll be back more often every week, at least every Thursday, to bring you more inspiration and motivation for your life. Take care and God bless.